Tell you what, you guys have got to get me monetized on here. The amount of fucking money I'm winning, I'm getting for you here on these tips and telling you what, I'm like Nostradamus. Look back through my videos, I've not got one wrong. I said that Usyk would beat AJ. I said it the first time. I've said it this time. He did. I said that on the Jake Paul Hasim Rahman fight, something weird had happened or it wouldn't go ahead. It didn't go ahead. I said on the Four and Eddie Hall fight, I said Four would win. He won. I said on the White and Tyson Fury fight, Tyson Fury would win by knockout. Don't have to be Nostradamus for that, but it's just another little one there. Decker Eggy and Dean Lynch Ward called that one bang on. Even down to the AJ stuff in terms of him not being this clean cut character that everyone makes him out to be. Showed it again last night. Everything, mate. Michael Venom Page last night. I told you he'd get beat, and he got beat. Everything. It was a better fight this time. AJ was better. Usyk was probably had to be better because, you know, yeah, he still won obviously. Where the judge got the officiating on the night of all the cards wasn't great, was it? Let's be honest. The guy on the main event, Zhang, for me he won, didn't get the decision. Badu Jack, he got beat again, didn't get the decision. One of the rounds on the undercards with Tabiti was about 4 minutes long. We had incidents where fighters slipping all over the ring because the officials weren't getting it cleaned properly. We had referees looking away, but the bell would still ring and the fighters were coming together whilst the ref was looking out of the ring. It wasn't great. How that judge had AJ winning at all, let alone by 2 rounds. To me, I could only give him 2 rounds. I think it was the 9th where he had Usyk going a bit, or the 10th, 9th or the 10th, I can't remember. That was a clear AJ round, and there was maybe one other, but even that other wouldn't have been a clear one. But for me, Usyk had a couple of clear rounds as well. Some of the rounds, there wasn't a lot in it, but Usyk was winning them, you know. He was the busier. He was taking the centre of the ring. He was doing the more work, landing the more shots, throwing the more shots. He won. So, yeah. And then you have all this crap in the ring afterwards, which, yeah, it's not... And the Sky commentary was just horrendous. Why they were still backing AJ in terms of he's leaving anyway. Why they had to still do this. I mean, 1 minute we were saying, well, AJ, Usyk's 3 rounds up after the first 3. It might have been the first 4, I think they said. For me, he won all 4. And then next one is, we've had a bright start for AJ. Well, have we? He's lost every fucking round. How bright would it be if you actually clearly won all the rounds? You're sort of blowing your beans there. But yeah. Anyway, the true colours came out in the end, and I don't even really blame him, to be honest. I can see through him. I know what he is, and that's his character. And, you know, a lot of pressure on him. And everyone talks about the money and stuff like that. Yeah, and he's an incredibly rich man, and he doesn't need any more money. It's difficult to have sympathy for people who are multi-millionaires. But, yeah, you know, they're still human. And I don't even, yeah... It was a bit cringe. Well, very cringe. But what can you do? Tries battering an old fella on the way back to the changing room as well. But the cringiest thing to me was Eddie Hearn at the press conference, at the post-fight press conference with AJ. AJ's in tears and stuff like that. And it got his boyfriend, you know, all Eddie Hearn, all emotional as well, and he was nearly going, and he couldn't help but bring Tyson Fury up. You had to do that, didn't you? You couldn't leave him alone. Oh yeah, there wasn't. He's fought this guy. He's fought that. He started reeling off a list of names that AJ had fought, but he was missing bits out. He was, yeah. It was a bit, yeah, and he failed to tell you that he got beaten by some of them. Well, yeah, he goes back to Dillian White, right? Well, Dillian White was ages ago, and Dillian White nearly had him over as well. And Dillian White was nowhere near the finished article. He's the finished article now, and Fury's just obliterated him far better than AJ ever did. But that's by the by. Then we missed a lot of fights out. We missed the likes of Molina and all the rest of them. Yeah. Then we bring up Ruiz. Failed to mention that he got beat by Ruiz. Everybody knows it anyway. But if he'd have blown Ruiz away like he was meant to do, nobody would be mentioning Ruiz. Like I said in the last video, you don't get credit for cleaning up your own shit. Ruiz, you don't cook yourself a meal and then wash the dishes up afterwards and then expect people to congratulate you on a successful washing up. Not how it's just not what happened. It's just not real life. But other than that, it's like, yeah, Ruiz shouldn't have been in the ring with him anyway. But he gets this good name because he beat AJ. You shouldn't have let him beat you in the first place. That's your fault. You don't get credit for cleaning your mess up. So Ruiz, right? You got beat by Ruiz, and you shouldn't have been in the ring with you. Ruiz. Right, well, you're only fighting Ruiz for the second time because you're in fucking twat, you're the first. Two of us, fair enough, you know. We're all over the hill, Pulev's over the hill, Povetkin's over the hill, Takam mentions Takam. That fight should never have been stopped, and it was taken at like a week's notice by Takam. Anyway, and then he starts bringing up Fury, and he's like, there's no Seferis in there. Like, well, okay. Seferi had only lost one fight, yeah, granted, he wasn't good, okay, but Fury had lost like 8-9 stone, and he'd been out of the ring for 2-3 years. Who did you fucking want him to go back and fight? It's just fucking me. Yeah, he just couldn't help them. Oh, no, fucking yeah. In one of the interviews as well, where we're talking about a real man here, a man who tells the truth. Yeah, fucking hell, coming from you. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, and he also thinks that Elenius is going to beat Deontay Wilder, so that fucking tells. If you weren't convinced by him being a complete fucking no-mark, then surely you are now. But yeah, on top of that, you know, again, with the MVP fight, bare knuckle, didn't win. Perry won, as I predicted. Probably closer than I thought it was going to be honest. But yeah, Perry won. It was almost, maybe a little bit closer, but it went how I expected. But yeah, hopefully we see AJ back, because yeah, people are getting a little pissed and stuff now. But I don't even blame him for the stuff really. I knew what it was. I knew he had that in him. Not a surprise to me. And he's just a human being. I'm not even surprised by Eddie Hearn, but I just thought he just can't leave. He can't help himself, can he? Impossible. And I know it's his business and stuff, like I said in previous videos. It's just impossible for him to leave stuff alone. Impossible. He just needs to do himself a favour and not be so blatantly, obviously biased. And yeah, like I say, he's coming across desperate, but no doubt, you know, made a lot of money. He's already, yeah, the next fight with AJ ain't going to be as much money, but he's already caveated that, hasn't he? He's already sussed that out, right? Well, he's not going to be as much money, and he proved this at the press conference of the post-fight. He's like, yeah, but we'll have him fight 4 times next year. All right, well, you have him fight 4 times then, yeah. Okay, so not 2 times or 1 time. We get a load of profit off one event. We'll get 4 events where there's not quite as much profit, but still a lot, and we'll end up making just as much, if not more. Okay, we've sorted that, haven't you? What a fucking business genius you are.